This week might decide the future of the U.S. stock market. Oil prices are rising fast. The Federal Reserve is about to make a major decision, and investors across the world are asking one simple question. Is this the calm before the storm? Because what happens next could impact your money, your investments, and the global economy. Let's break it down. Over the past few weeks, the U.S. stock market has been on a strong rally. Major indexes like the S&P 500 and NASDAQ moved higher, mainly driven by big tech companies. Investors were optimistic, confidence was high. But right now, things are starting to change. The market is no longer moving with the same confidence. There's hesitation, there's uncertainty, and that's because several major events are happening at the same time. Whenever uncertainty increases in the market, volatility follows. Now let's talk about one of the biggest drivers right now, oil prices. Oil has recently surged above $100 per barrel. This sudden increase is mainly driven by global supply concerns and geopolitical tensions, especially in key energy-producing regions. And here's why this matters more than most people think. When oil prices go up, it doesn't just affect fuel. It affects transportation costs, which increases the cost of goods. It affects production, which raises prices for businesses. And ultimately, it affects your daily life. Everything becomes more expensive. This leads to one major problem: inflation. Now, here's where things get even more important. Because when inflation rises, the Federal Reserve steps in. The Federal Reserve's main job is to control inflation and keep the economy stable. And the way they do that is by adjusting interest rates. If inflation continues to rise, the Fed may decide to keep interest rates higher for longer, or even increase them again. And higher interest rates have a direct impact on the economy. Loans become more expensive, credit cards become more costly, businesses slow down their spending, and consumers start to spend less. This slows down economic growth, and when growth slows, stock markets usually react negatively. That's exactly why investors are paying close attention to the Fed this week, because even a small change in their decision can move the entire market. So right now, investors are watching three key things. First, oil prices. Second, the Federal Reserve's decision. And third, upcoming earnings from major tech companies. These three factors together will determine whether the market continues to rise or starts to fall. This is what makes this week so critical. The market is at a turning point. It could continue its upward momentum or face a correction. So the real question is this just a pause before another rally or the beginning of a bigger shift? One thing is clear. Smart investors are not ignoring this moment. They are watching closely. They are preparing. Because in times like this, information is power. If you want to stay updated with what's happening in the US market and understand how it affects your money, make sure to follow the channel, because the next move could be bigger than you think.